Hello, everyone. It's Carla from Tracy Creates. I'm not sure who's with me. I've been just sitting here waiting to go live and kind of doing other things and looking at the clock to make sure I'm not late. And the next time I looked, it was 4:04. So I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I'm here and I hope you'll join me. Oh, hello. How are you? Tracy Sparkle. Don't tell me. Oh boy, Jennifer. Remind me. I'm so sorry. It just totally left my head. But thank you for coming. I was hanging out for a minute, waiting for everyone to join us. Yay! I got it right. So let's see who else might jump on. Just been working on a lace doily journal and taking my time going page by page, which has been really fun. I usually grab a cup of tea, so I'm just going to take a little sip of my tea while I wait. Hi, Joanne. Glad to see you. Hmm. Thanks. It's we haven't decided on the cover, so this is the plain front. I don't know. I think I've decided I'm going to do the cover and the back after we finish embellishing each page. But we can do a quick little flip through. So the first week, that's why there's no trim at the top here, because I haven't done the front cover yet. But there's a lot of lace, vintage laces and tatting and doilies and ribbons. There's a pocket here. And then I've got a Lady of Leisure here. I love this picture. Another pocket here with the eyelet lace. And then I love ruffled vintage trim. This is sort of a pleated one. And then there's always got to be some pink for my journals. So I've got this one with a really pretty pink belly band and some dangles and then a pretty little flower. You think so? Thanks. And then a vintage doily little notebook here with paper inside. Tucks under the belly band. And then just a little doily flower here. And I love the chiffon, what that is, ruffled trim on the side. And there's this one. And in this pocket, we tucked in a little organza bag with tea in it. And that's as far as we got. The The one thing I did that was kind of on a whim was I put nail polish tattoos, or what do you call them, nail polish appliques, fingernail appliques, on the lid of this boring old Dollar Tree ballpoint pen, and it turned out really well. I don't know if you can see the little tiny roses. And then I made a little dangle to go on the handle. I'm really bad at beading, Jennifer, so I just used bulb pens just to make it a little more fun. And so that lives in the center of the journal. I left a big spine in the middle so that it has room to grow and not have an alligator mouth. And then we have another pocket here. Oh, I think it's stuck. There we go. There's a pocket here. You're a lazy beater. And now we're going to start the next two pages. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just waiting another minute or two because I think we'll have a few more to join us. And if we don't, that's okay too. I'm just going to enjoy visiting with you and creating. And I'm going to do something a little different on this page. I'm going to add paper onto the fabric because I've had that inspiration for a couple years now from watching Ruby over at Little Books add paper and different mediums to the pages, even if it's primarily a, let's take this thick bracelet off, even if it's primarily a fabric journal, she'll often put paper in her journals too, and I like to do both. So I just pulled out some decoupage paper, and I was thinking it would be fun to just Mod Podge it directly onto the pages. So I'm going to trim these. These are some pieces that I printed onto my own parchment paper. And they're really pretty images. Hi, Andy. Glad to see you. Thanks for coming. I was just doing a quick flip through of the pages because Jennifer's with us today. And Tracy Sparkle, and I was happy to see her, and I thought I'd flip through and just show what we've been creating so far. And I'm kind of going out on a little limb here, and I'm going to actually Mod Podge some, I like to call it crinkly paper because I love that noise. But I want to Mod Podge it onto the actual fabric just because I love anything really textural. So I'm going to just pour some of this into my container and Mod Podge it right onto the page. The only problem is I was going to dry it really fast with my heat gun, but I think I left my heat gun at the clay studio. I can't find it. No, Jennifer, I don't have a laser printer. I just have a inkjet printer. Yeah, I just have a. I don't know the difference, to be honest. I guess a laser printer probably makes a nice sharper images, maybe. So you know the difference because I don't know where my heat gun is. I'm just gonna Mod Podge it on the back first, and then cover it with Mod Podge later. But for now, I'll just stick it down. And if this is a fail, I apologize. I'm just going to have a fail right in front of you because I've never really done it directly on a full page directly on the fabric. And I'm hoping it's going to, like still have that crinkly sound even after I glue it down. And then I also have this one. I'm sorry for the glare. I want to get it out of the package if I can. Here we go. I love this one. I think this is one of the paper prints either from, this is by Stamperia, and it's either from Vagabond Lady or Old Lace collection, but if you can see, it's got really pretty, almost mauve pink in the background. It's not showing up real well. Oh, it's parchment. It's really thin parchment paper that I'm using right now, or that I printed onto. But what I did was I cut it to the same shape as my printer paper, and I ran it through on top of the printer paper. I just used a light tack glue and stuck it onto the printer paper in the same size so that it wouldn't get jammed in the printer because it is pretty lightweight, so it's hard for it to go through. if I don't do that. And I'm trying to decide, I think that would be pretty if I use this bold image on this side and then Mod Podge this really small floral print on this side. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't measure, you guys. I just kind of eyeball things. So I'm going to fold this over. And this is the rice paper that I ordered. So it's got some of those fibers in it. And it's probably not going to make that real crinkly noise like the parchment paper. But I still like the difference in texture. And you can see like on the edge it's got a stained look to it. Makes it look really old and shabby. So these 2 pages, I try to do 2 pages a week, and these 2 pages I'm going to go with more paper than fabric. So what are you guys working on lately? Anybody got any crafting going on? Joanne, is your garden pretty well set yet? I know you've been doing a lot of planting and waiting for some of your plants to come in. We've gone from really beautiful, cool spring days to blazing hot. So now I'm back to the mode of not wanting to go outside. I am not a lover of the heat. I'm just going to trim this off a little bit. I've been seeing some videos this week of people who haven't been able to put up videos in a while, so that was fun. Shaz had a video. Who else had a video? Ellie at Epsilon Creations, I think is what she calls her channel. Anybody love Mod Podge? Just love this stuff. If there's ever a reason to Mod Podge something, I'm all for it. I like collaging too. You're assuming you prefer the Mod Podge over Fabri-Tac? Well, yes, only in this case, only because I'm going to actually cover the whole thing with Mod Podge. So sticking it down as far as this stuff, I'm using my Mod Podge. But as far as the lace trims, I'm all about the Fabri-Tac. And I have it right here because I'm going to embellish these tissue paper pages or decoupage pages with lace. So I just wanted to stick these down first. And off camera, I'll come back and cover the tops of these with more Mod Podge just to give it that nice decoupage feel. I just can't do it right now because it won't dry. Ooh, lace waterfall journals. I hope you share them with us. Sounds pretty. I like that technique of the waterfall. Okay, so I've got this rose print here and this one here. And now I thought it'd be fun to embellish them with the lace trim. And so I'm going to pull out my Fabri-Tac. You mulch 2 beds. Another day of mulching and paint 2 benches, and then I'm back to crafting. Wow, you are really you're busy. I bet your garden is so lovely. So I live in a slightly small space, so we have room for sitting in the back, but my container garden is kind of taking over. I have to say it's a trial and error for me. So there are some things that are successfully growing, and then a couple things that have kind of bit the bullet. Um, and then I've been really busy with work. So you know what I'm going to do is I think I have this, so I don't know why, but these remind me of, um, I don't know, kind of vintage fairy flower type things, and everyone knows I absolutely love fairies. So I found this dangle trim in my stash that looks like fern. I'm trying to decide if I want to put this vintage trim down, and then, yeah, I'm going to put the dangle trim down first. And I think I want to put 2 layers just because more is always better. So I've got 1 layer. We might have to do garden pictures. Yeah, you'll baby them like grandbabies, right? That's okay. I don't have grandkids, and my boys are too old for the babying, even though I try. They shoo me away. So I do feel like I've kind of been nurturing my garden a little bit. It's kind of fun to have something to get up in the morning and take care of. Of course, we still have Rusty, our dog, but we're getting a little anxious about Rusty because he's 13 and he's showing signs of really aging, and who knows how many days he has left with us. I hate to think about it. You've been spending time in your garden. Ooh, strawberries, you guys, this is hilarious. A bunny literally sat his little furry butt right in the middle of my strawberry plant, almost like he wanted to plop down and have a feast in my strawberry plant. And I couldn't even get upset about it because it was just so cute. So, anyway, the weather's turning so hot now that the strawberries aren't really liking it. So, yeah, Angie's another one of those with a green thumb. She loves to grow flowers in her garden. So I've got 2 layers of the pretty dangle trim, but I'm also going to use the new laces that I bought. This is that metallic one. I thought it would be really pretty on the edge here. Let me move this a little so you can see. That's not going to be the only thing I put there though, because I think it needs some like a creamy color maybe to help it not fade away. Ooh, I think I like that one. I think I'll do that. And let's have the top here. Sometimes Joan joins us and Shaz. I don't know if Mary will get to join us today because I think she may be going out of town, if not today, soon. That always keeps you busy getting ready to leave town. Um, there's Joan right there. I just mentioned you. Were your ears ringing? Hi, Joan. I'm going to stick this here. Oh, actually, let's put this underneath here. Joan is over in the UK, I believe, and so is Angie. And Joanne and I are here in the US, and um, Jennifer, you're here, right, in the US? You're never late, Joan. I'm glad you can make it whenever you can. just continuing on with the journal, and I decided to decoupage some paper down on the over the fabric. I wanted to go. I like when you're thumbing through a journal and there's an unexpected feature, and I'm kind of thinking you see the eyelet lace trim on each page, and then you turn the page, and then it's just completely covered with print. I'm thinking that is kind of a fun little surprise element. That's my hope anyway. So many of you might know I teach pottery and for a nonprofit, and I've been teaching for them for about 20, almost 20 years. I was teaching high school art for 2 years, but that brief stint with COVID and teaching virtual and in person really burned me out. So I've gone back to just working in the private sector. And this is our last session. This week is our last week. And then we have a 3 week break um, until the summer session starts. So I just wanted to let you know, though I've really enjoyed meeting with you each week, I'm going to take a little break from my lives for the next 2 weeks because it's the only time we have to actually go somewhere and do something. Because when I come after my 2 week break from teaching, my son will start marching band practice, so we won't be able to go anywhere. So for the next 2 weeks after today, even though I'm not sure we're going to be going anywhere, for 2 solid weeks, we'll be out of town, so I won't be able to come and do the lives next week or the week after. But I will be back because I love knowing that I get to visit with you guys. It makes YouTube feel a little more real because you can kind of get lost out there in the internet world of YouTube. Um, and when people go away and decide not to do videos anymore, you just kind of wonder, well, where did they go? And I hope they're okay. And so when I get to connect with you guys once in a while by doing lives, it really helps everybody seem like real people and not just imagination friends. Even though that's okay too. I I look forward to meeting with everybody each week. So if you stick with me, I'll be back after we get a little break. That's right, Jennifer, you're in Florida. That's right. Okay, so I have the trim up top, and now I'm going to add this one. If you couldn't tell, I absolutely love layering. No chance of a suntan. Yeah, I have a really close friend who lives in Daytona Beach, and we've been to visit. They live on a golf course. It's so hot. It's beautiful where she lives, but you don't really want to get outside in it um, unless you go like in February because it's so hot and it's quite humid. And they have alligators on the golf course. It's this one that I'm using now, Joanne, is it's not vintage. I found this one at Hobby Lobby and I just coffee dyed it. This one I ordered off of AliExpress, and this one is vintage that I got when I went to that sale where she said you can put as many lace trims in a baggie for $1. They were just the little sandwich baggies, but I'm going to actually run back over there next week when I'm off. And if they have any, I'll grab a few bags Yeah, Angie, alligators. Tell him, Jennifer. Yeah, lots of gators. You do. You got Jennifer. Jennifer knows she's down there. It's a thing. It scares me, the idea. Uh-oh, my glue just went overboard, so I have to grab that real quick. Oh, I'm enjoying how this contrast is working with the gold. Let me reach my glue. I'm sorry. Be right back.